Hello, welcome to my life on paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. Welcome to Stick It Down, where I am on the design team. Today's two-page sketch is by Brandy Joe. Stick It Down is a Facebook group and is also on Instagram. I will have those links below. And then there's not only a two-page sketch to do, but also a one-page sketch as well as a card sketch. And if you do them and put them into the album on Facebook, you can get the opportunity to be a guest designer next month. I am working on photos from my trip to England where we walked. It's a good thing I have these things written down because how quickly we forget. We walked like 10 miles, about 10 miles, maybe a little bit more. And in the sketch, there are 4 photos from bottom to top, and I just did 3 3x4s. They fit well. You can still see my picture, and you've got a little bit of space between them. I really like how this turns out. I had just gone into my stash, got that green paper to back them on, and right now I'm thinking maybe of some mixed media and on the background. I go ahead and I get out my 49 and Market film strips. The 4 color of film strips that I'm working with are hickory, eggplant, sage, and mariner. The hickory you would think would be more of a, I would think brown or even a smoky gray. To me, it reads more a little bit purple, but maybe that's because I have them next to the purple film strips as well. So here I am just going to lay some of these out, make sure I have enough, and I'm going to alternate some. I don't have as many little ones as what I have big, so keeping that in mind as I kind of randomize where these are going. I will get those down. I will go off camera to glue them all on. This was, and I can't tell you the exact location of this. Oh, the cool thing about this is that I had gotten Diane and myself a hiking journal before we went. So each day we would keep notes of where we were and what happened. So when it comes to journaling these pages, I'm going to be so relieved I have something like this to look back on. Some of the film strips were too small to really go all the way across that the 3 inches below that the picture is wide. And so I do cut some of them in half to tuck them on either side, and that actually works quite well. This video is going up on January 1st, so Happy New Year. And also, I hope you had a great New Year's Eve last night. By this time, I will have a lot of more good pictures to scrapbook because we had a New Year's Eve party to go to. So I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, I am finishing up Christmas as well as starting my trip to England. I have 4 layouts to do for 2023, and that will be complete. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm looking, and I'm now is probably close. I'm looking at, I really want to use these larger photos. It happened at the same time. You can see it's the same stuff in the photos. So I really want to use those 2 larger ones. I don't want to cover up the film strips now that I've just got them all down. So I'm just trying to first decide if I want to use them, and then second, how do I want to use them? I'm also looking at the banners in the right upper hand corner and the left upper hand corner, and so that's why I took that one out, because I want to remember to save that for the banner part. When I went to glue things down, I decided I want a little color in the background, knowing that I could still do some mixed media if I want to. So I brought in this light green that I like. I think it shows off everything: the film strips, the photos, and the paper that is matting the pictures very well. I did buy some stickers to use for my hiking pages, and this one has lots of titles, but I decided I wanted more icons than just like 3 titles. So in the end, you'll see me remove these, and I will bring in some Shadney wood veneer. And again, I bought some things just for hiking. It's not something I've done very long, but myself and my friend Diane did train. We did go some long distances before we just went off to England. So I got some pieces to use for our trip pages. Diane's scrapbooks as well, so it's been really fun to see her pages and see the trip through her eyes as well. So I have two boot prints that I was going to use there, but those are going to move. And then I'm just trying to figure out what do I want on the left hand side. There's a hiker there that I had that right there. The title on the lower right says take a take a hike. And then I decided to go with these two pieces. One is kind of a trail with mountains, and then the other one is a hiker with a walking stick. And here's where I'm deciding, okay, I think I need to just trim this down a little bit. You're not going to lose much of the picture. So there you can see still see everything that's important, but it does fit over on the left side without overlapping any of the photo. And then, where am I gluing? Oh, I'm going to glue down. What I did was I brought in, I got them glued down, and I'm just going to use one of the little film strips. I cut it in half, half on the left, half on the right. And then I had these green ones that like don't have any hole in the middle. So those are going to be nice layering pieces. So I'm going to do that together. It's going to be exactly left side, exactly like right side. Actually almost down to the wood veneer as well. So I am using glue. I think on one piece I did use ATG adhesive, which worked fine, but I like the glue with the film strips. It's a little less, you're going to see it a little less, and you've got a little bit to, it's easy to shift it around. So I'm going to glue that photo down right away with the ATG adhesive, and then I'll go to the right-hand side. And I've decided on the right-hand side I am going to overlap some of the film strips, and that'll be okay. We've got enough film strip edges that you can see, that they're there underneath. And again, I take my ATG adhesive to get the wood veneer title down. My last bit is to use white splatters, white linen and splatters. The last thing I do is to glue down the wood veneer pieces on the left upper corner. I just missed those when I was gluing everything down, so I want to make sure those are adhered securely. And then I'll actually check the two wood veneer on the right hand side, the boot prints, and figure out that I didn't glue those down either. So those get glued down. And I didn't want them to be the same height as the ones on the left hand side, so I did bring them up a little bit just to get a little different visual effect there. And that is it for me. So I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Thank you for a great 2024, and I look forward to 2025. So weird to say. Have a fabulous day, and please come back and see me again soon.